The Sports County Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Creed and Creed Law Firm, serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Hi everyone, Lieber King, your host, Sports County Report Podcast, Louisiana Football Magazine since '97. We've got Captain Shreve High School this show, and we're going to talk to the head coach, Jeremy Wilburn, and also four of his top players, not all of them, but four of his players that we're going to talk to today. Captain Shreve has a lot of history, and lately, the last 12, 15 years have had some really good teams, and 24 is going to be a good team again. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back, Lieber King, your host, Louisiana Football Magazine, the Sports County Report Podcast. If you're a mom or dad watching or a new viewer of the show, hit the free subscribe button to help us grow our program. And I want to go ahead and introduce Jeremy Wilburn, the head football coach at Captain Shreve. Jeremy.
Thanks for having me.
I met you right out of college and in school at Byrd. Your dad, Mike, has been around the game forever.
He has. Big Northwestern supporter. He's demon true. And, I've been to a lot of games down there for many years. And so I've grown up around the game and got to know some of you guys that have been involved in Louisiana football for a long time. So. And
your dad represented a lot of NFL guys for a long time on the financial end.
He sure did.
All those Northwestern greats.
Absolutely. Yeah, David Pittman, Mike Green. I mean, you go down the list of a long list of guys, Demetrius Bell and so forth, Craig Nolan, a lot of those guys that he's worked with, including Josh Booty and some others. So it's been a cool ride to get to this point in life, and been around sports for a long time. So it's nice.
I know he's proud of you. I met you when you were at Airline, right out of the gate. Assistant coach, you were over there coaching, I think, receivers or DBs.
Helping Bo Meeks over there, a good friend of mine. I've grown up around. His dad's a Northwestern guy, and we've known each other since we were very young. And of course, he's back over at Mangum now, where I had my first coaching job with him many years ago when he had his first year as a head coach. So came full circle.
And you were at Huntington?
I did. We just got done 4 seasons at Huntington. Had a lot of success as far as getting a program that was maybe not going the right direction, redirected. A lot of talent over there that we were able to kind of build a team with.
Yeah.
And, looking to do some of those same things as far as principles of the core culture here. So.
Coach Steve Dennis over there at Huntington. Jeremy, it's your first year head coach. It's your first head coaching job, right?
Absolutely.
What's it feel like to say, I got this summer, you went through it as an assistant, you've seen it, you grew up around it. The adrenaline's starting to get you now. I mean, Jamboree's what, week or two?
Yeah, it is. It's a process. I think emotions, you just kind of manage them, and there's so many things that we have to get done during the work week from a head coach perspective that you don't really get time to think about it. I think probably hit the day of a game.
Yeah.
So
got a lot of good players coming up.
We have some talent. I tell them all the time, it takes a little bit of discipline and focus to go along with that talent. Otherwise it gets kind of wasted, but we're headed in the right direction. We're learning how to prepare better every day. Both individually and as a group, and they're getting better at practicing and film watch and so forth. So we're looking to kind of maximize the talent this year, if you would.
I want to ask you this, Jeremy, because this is a coach's thing for other coaches watching. At Airline, you knew numbers. Y'all had a lot of numbers at Airline, 80 to 100. Huntington, y'all had 60 to 80. You're at 80 to 100 over. What's it like to manage all those helmets, all those shoulder pads, all those guys, splitting them up between JV, freshman team, varsity? This is a lot of coaches would like to hear your answer on this. It's a lot involved.
It is, and I think that you kind of are you're the CEO of a small business, if you would, and you have to figure out what your manageable numbers are, and what that number works effectively as, and where that happy medium is to keep that amount of kids. And if you get too far above it, gets too much bandwidth for your coaches. I don't get 40 coaches like the college staff, so we're limited on the head count of coaches, and you want that teacher to pupil, student ratio to be right. And so we try to manage them effectively. I mean, we've got around 175 right now in the program, and that's been, whittled down to that number to try to get it manageable. So the kids that are there every day working their tails off get a spot, and those that don't, we don't keep around very long. So
how do you do travel? You travel the whole 150 plus?
No, we dress. We have dress list spots. You earn a dress list spot. That's home games, away games. We'll probably carry each week about 55 to 65.
Like a college?
Absolutely.
Because I know Jesuit does that in New Orleans and Catholic High Baton Rouge, and that's a lot of people don't ever talk about that.
No, we have a 53-man varsity locker room. I mean, just like an NFL roster.
Right.
I mean, you earn one of the 53 spots in an NFL roster. You earn a spot in our locker room on the varsity side. And I think that anything that a young man has to perform or be consistently good at to get something, if they do that and you set that goal for them, I think that it incentivizes them to be, a productive, growing person every day and kind of getting better, taking a step.
Out of all the coaches you've coached around, Jeremy, who do you think you lean to the most as a coach? Your style?
Ooh, all the ones I've been around?
You've been around a few coaches.
I'd say probably Mike Suggs, to be honest with you, just as far as what I grew up around. It was, I was at that impactful stage of life and learned, his detail to the game was very, very intimate. And I have carried a lot of that with me without realizing it over the years. And as I get older, reflecting on things, it becomes more and more apparent. So,
college is one question before we go to your players. You grew up, there was no NIL when you played at Byrd. There was no portal when you played at Byrd or when you even coached at Airline. Started seeing it at Huntington. How do you manage between player and you and college coach, spring, fall, with this new wave of stuff we have now?
I think as high school coaches, we're all kind of navigating that water right now. It's ever changing. I think it's going to change even more with the NCAA. The next year or two with Sankey and those guys at the SEC were kind of talking about that and hinting to it at their head coaches meeting they had in Gulf Shore. So we all kind of get the pass hand down part. I think right now my job is to protect our kids. When you have somebody come in that's involved in money, contracts, whatever, there's fine print on the back end. Do they have your rights? That Marvin Harrison case that's going on right now that he's dealing with. I just want to make sure that their best interest is being taken care of and protected. And that's my goal in the whole process right now.
It's brutal. District 1, 5A. It's brutal. They say that in Monroe, right, West Monroe and those guys, but it's brutal. There's no days off for you guys and every week. Second round last year for the club. 9-2, 9-1 last year.
9-1 in the regular and lost in the second round of Rumble.
But it's been always very strong seasons, 9-10 wins the last 10 or plus years. And I know you're going to have the program there and even more. I know how you are. I've met you over the years. I know your dad, and you're going to be good over there. And I was excited for you when I heard that you got the job before I even talked to your dad.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's good to have your support.
Good luck to you this year.
Thank you very much, Lee. Thank you.
Jeremy Wilburn, first-year coach, head coach at Captain Shreve. We'll be right back.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Welcome back. Lee Burkeen, your host, Louisiana Sports Magazine, Louisiana Football Magazine, the Sporting Cast podcast. We're trying to do all we can to promote the schools. You saw Coach Jeremy Wilburn, the head coach of Captain Shreve, great guy, first year, first head coaching job. And we got Brody Savage, his quarterback, who's going to be a senior this year. Brody, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I interviewed a kid earlier today, Levi Booker from Manny, got hurt week 1. That was it. Same thing with you last year.
Yep, I was like
4 games, right?
Yeah, it was 2.5 games. It was week 4. I got played 2.5 games then.
And you threw for 700 yards,
yes,
and you were doing really good. Now you're back to normal.
Yes, sir.
You got to really, I guess, feel like, man, I got a lot to prove, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot to prove, a lot to show what I can do.
6'2", got the quarterback height, 180, 4.0 GPA. What do you think about all these camps you went to? I know you went to a bunch of camps. You've got some colleges you're talking to. What do you think of the whole process right now?
Oh, it's a long process. I've been to the West Coast. I've been up north. I've been to the East.
All over.
Pretty much been all over the nation. Just finding the right coaching staff where you can fit in.
And they all say the same thing. We want to see you play this year.
Yeah.
I want to see some film this year.
Same old thing. Yep.
Right. First 4 games, first 5 games.
Yep.
Which I think you'll be good. You'll be
sir.
good. Y'all got some good skill players around.
Yes, we definitely do.
Got a big offensive lineman going to Arkansas.
Oh, yeah, LJ.
Who's here today. We're going to interview. You got a good receiver in JT, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And look, y'all starting to get this recognition for skill guys going D1. Y'all have one Law at Alabama, right?
Yep.
Kendrick?
Yes, sir.
And what do you think about the talent? Because a lot of people statewide don't really know a lot about Captain Shreve.
Yeah,
like South.
we do have a lot. We have a lot of talent all over the field, defense-wise, offensively. You know, we got LJ, you know, on the O-line. We had Devin in the past, who just transferred.
Devin Harper.
Yeah, Devin Harper. We had Bobo, running back. He moved to Arizona. And we got Jamarcie, who played there, and Javen Thomas at running back. You got a couple receivers, young receivers.
And Jamarcie is only going to be a junior, right?
Yeah, he's only going to be a junior.
He's one of the top players in the state.
Yep. Yeah.
And your O-line, D-line, big guys.
Yep, definitely.
Anything you want to say before we go? Anybody you want to shout out to for where you are today? Anybody you want to?
Shout out to everybody that helped me with my injury. Yeah. Lots of
if you want to mention anybody.
Parents, our trainer, everybody from PT. Yes, sir.
Got you back to normal.
Yes, sir.
Good luck to you this year.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Brody Savage, quarterback, Captain Shreve High School. We'll be right back.
Creed and Creed Law Firm. Serious attorneys for serious injuries.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the interview with Brody Savage, Jeremy Wilburn, the head coach. And now we got another great player. His name is Trey Fuller. I knew about Trey when he was an 8th grader because the coach at the time told me, I got this freshman that's going to play right away because he's just too good. And you played as a freshman.
Yes,
Good
sir.
to meet you, Trey. I think I met you at the school as a freshman when I was in town.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach was like, that guy's going to be a good player one day.
Yes, sir.
And now you're a free safety receiver. We talked the other day on the phone, but 6'2", 175, 178. And here's what's interesting. I didn't even know this, but you want to major in marine biology?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I've always been interested in the ocean.
I like that. SeaWorld, man. Go over there and work at SeaWorld at some point, Orlando or something. What do you think about this year? I mean, y'all got a lot of good seniors, a lot of good juniors.
Yeah, I feel like we have the talent to really pull it off this year, and we just really got to prove it.
What do you think of Coach Wilburn being first-year head coach?
You know, coming in with a new coach when we had Coach Kirby for so long, I mean, it was hard moving on from another coach, but from a coach's standpoint, you can see Coach Wilburn knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And he wants to make us better. He loves us, and we want to go all the way.
And I know interviewing you the other day, 3.4 GPA, you're wide open. You're like, I'll go to any school that wants me, which I think is good. So you're
sure.
open to whoever will.
Yes,
And
sir.
you're one of the top DBs / receivers in the state right
Yes,
now.
sir.
Pretty humble guy.
Yes, sir.
You know, but I'm thinking of this biology for you. All those Florida schools. Florida State, Miami, especially Miami, Central Florida, South Florida. You need to look at Florida International. They have a big biology department. It's right there on the ocean.
FIU or FAU too.
Or FAU.
Yeah.
Right there in Miami. I'm telling you. I think
I got a couple friends out there that play.
like dolphins, some of them have sharks.
Yeah.
And like captivity where you can like learn them and stuff.
Yes, sir.
That'd be pretty neat.
It would. Right now.
Especially if Coral Gables, the University of Miami, which that could happen. What do you want to do for your team this year to help the team win?
I want to do anything that's possible. You know, me playing both sides, special teams, like it don't matter. We just got to get it done regardless.
Trey Fuller, TRE Fuller, number 9, jersey 9. Watch him this year, class of 225. Good luck to you, Trey.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Trey, don't get up yet. We'll be back with more. We got a couple more recruits to interview for Captain Shreve. One's committed to Arkansas, and another one's a sleeper receiver in Louisiana. We'll be right back.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back. You got a chance to meet Brody Savage, quarterback. You got a chance to meet Trey Fuller, receiver DB, Captain Shreve, and Coach Wilburn. Now, University of Arkansas commit, offensive lineman, LJ Prudom. I know to say that. I'm a South Louisiana guy.
Yes, sir.
Junior.
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
We got to have some fun here because we got a lot of LSU fans back in South Louisiana. And they're like me. I've been to a bunch of Arkansas games at Arkansas. Late in the schedule, it's always cold. Like cold, like 5 degrees, 20 degrees. And Arkansas has just kicked LSU's butt in that cold weather.
Yes, sir.
You go to Baton Rouge, the LSU's got the number in Baton Rouge. It's like always a trade-off.
Yes, sir.
What is it like envisioning playing in that cold weather? And they all saying that pig sound. How's that
Yes,
pig
sir.
sound? How do they say it?
It's really just woo pig.
And it feels good to know that I'm going to be playing in that. You know, it's just a great culture to be a part of. It's going to be great to just be in that stadium, in that feeling, and just to get to experience that.
And that coach is an O-line guy.
Yes, sir. Coach Sam Pittman, he's like one of the best O-line coaches in the world.
He seems like a great guy, too.
Yes, sir, he is.
What was the whole recruiting like for you, Lionel? You could have went to some other schools.
Yes, sir.
Who were some of the other ones that you're like, I might commit there too? Was there some other ones?
Really, I had everybody thinking I was going to Mississippi State because that was a real leader in the beginning because I really liked Mississippi State. Let me see, what's another school? I had University of Houston, Mizzou, Ole Miss.
You had a lot of them.
Yes, sir.
Are any of them still trying to call you?
Oh, I got a couple.
Got a couple. They're like, hey, you know.
Just checking up on me.
Yeah. Is LSU one?
Nah, they was talking to me in the beginning, but then they just dropped it, I guess.
Because Harper's going there, your ex-teammate at Captain Shreve. Is there two better O-linemen in one city coming out this year in the country than you and Harper?
I wouldn't say there is. It's going to be tough to find. We're
going to look back 4 years from now and say they both were at Shreve and they're both in the NFL possibly.
Yes, sir.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be – it's a real feeling.
Because you're 6'3" and some change, 295, 300. You can really move. And we had a bell, so I had to pause. So, you know, great thing about camera work. What's your goals this year, man? I mean, you committed, so all that's out the way.
Yes, sir. My goals are really just, you know, last year I tried to average at least 10 pancakes a game. This year we're going to bump it up to 15 and just try and, you know, do the impossible, you know.
Are they going to pull behind you?
Oh, yes, sir. There's going to be a lot of plays where you see me moving and getting in the open field.
Boy, if I was Platt or whatever his name is.
Plater,
I'd go right behind your jersey and just go wherever you go.
Yes, sir. I tell them just follow the hole. You're going to see it.
And if JT catches a pass, same thing, or whoever's doing it, or Trey. Good luck to you this year. And look,
sir, thank you.
I'm an Arkansas fan when you play.
Yes, sir.
Just not the LSU.
Woo pig.
Woo pig. How you say that?
Woo pig.
Woo pig. Woo pig. LJ Prudom, Jr., Captain Shreve, going to Arkansas. We'll be right back. We got another player to interview, JT Hester, receiver from Captain Shreve. We'll be right back.
Supreme Chevrolet. Expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales.
Welcome back. We've got one more interview with JT Hester, receiver from Captain Shreve, going to be a senior. And if the name sounds familiar, his brother is Jacob Hester, played football at LSU. Number 18, was a great running back at LSU, great running back at Evangel Christian High School. Good to meet you, JT.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
Big age difference with you,
yes, sir.
Jacob.
About 20 years.
And you said you were like 1 year old when he played at LSU?
Yes, sir. He graduated in 07, so I would have been 1 year old.
And when he played for the Chargers, you were probably, what, like 6, 7?
Yes, sir. 8? About 3 or 4. And then the Broncos about 6 or 7.
What do you think of that whole LSU? They love him in Baton Rouge.
Yes,
he's a legend.
I mean, everybody I'd talk to just asked about Jacob and like the Florida game and all that.
You watch a lot of the old film with him?
Yes, sir.
You've got a lot of that swag in you, though.
Yes, sir.
Because I've watched you on film, and you can run.
Yes, sir.
And similar to your brother, you don't really have that outside national voice or talking, but that's why I wanted you to come on the show, because people know you in Shreveport.
Yes, sir.
But I remember when Jacob, your brother, was a senior, the Texas Longhorns, when they offered him late, I remember Nick followed right after, but it was late.
Yeah, it was late. He was actually committed to Texas, and then Nick just persuaded him to come to LSU.
And I think you're going to follow in the same footsteps.
Yes, sir. That's the dream.
You run a 4.43. You're actually faster than your brother, probably, huh?
Yes, sir.
He was fast. 6 foot 190, but a wide receiver. And who's the fastest guy on the team? I remember when Kendrick Law was there, he ran, what, like a 10.300?
I think
10.4?
so.
Now he's at Alabama.
You got Caleb Law, Jamarce Plater. He's pretty quick. DJ Walden.
Trey's pretty fast.
Trey's,
See, I got a good group of speed.
Yes, sir.
But I had no idea that Jacob was your brother that whole time.
Sir.
And he's in radio back home like me. He's in the media. You ever went on the show?
Oh, no, sir.
No?
I haven't been down there in a while, so I haven't really got to see him that much.
He needs to get little brother on the radio show down in Baton Rouge. Because I know he's on Eagle 98.1, and I actually, I'm in the media back home. But anything you'd like to say about your future and Captain Shreve? What do you think you need to work on this year?
I mean, our offense is very, complex, so we'll be a very air raid team, but we can also run the ball if needed. So just watch out for us.
So favorite college, would that be a dumb question?
That'd be a dumb question. LSU. all the way. Yes, sir.
So if the Tigers have any kind of
Any interest.
you're headed that way.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully they will give you an offer because you're a pretty good football player.
Yes, sir.
Good to meet you, JT.
Yes, sir. Nice to meet you.
Don't get up yet. We're going to take a picture. But JT Hester goes to Captain Shreve, receiver, going to be a senior, 6 foot 190, and can really fly. And it's a guy you need to put on your radar for this class of 225 in Louisiana. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks, Coach Jeremy Wilburn, for bringing the players. And we got a chance to meet a lot of their guys. And I want to mention some more players before we go. Walker Bolton's a tight end that we didn't interview today. He's a pretty good player, senior, 6'4". Got a great, Lionel Scott's a good player. Cade Givens, whose brother's at Southern, has done a good job. Davey, I believe, is Donatello. Donatello's a great job. Caleb Randolph is a pretty good player at Captain Shreve. And we can go on and on. Peyton Houston. Zane Wise, a kicker, heck of a kicker. So we couldn't get them all on the day, but there's some other players that are going to be recruited heavily this year. We'll see you soon.